Lots of people. Let's put it on gallery view so we can
Oh,
see everybody. Wow, there's a lot of people. We have.
we're
So what we're
spoiled.
going to do, everybody, I'm going to ask you to unmute. There is a little button on the left at the bottom of your screen that you click on, and then you can mute and unmute. It's going to be an open discussion. The idea is really for all of you that you can ask questions and that you can share this time with Mary being here. And
And I can talk to you too. I can say anything I want to
of
you.
course,
Yeah.
and basically,
This is Mary. Mary can say anything she wants.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday, Mary.
Hi.
look, we are extremely privileged, all of us, to be here because, I mean, 93 years of young spirit and living and still going strong, full speed ahead. Cool,
Yeah.
you have slowed down, haven't you, you said?
I've learned to stop working a little bit. And I had to be 90 to really stop. I just didn't slow down, and so it's a better balance. But what I've always had in my life are cats, and they reminded me that you also should be lying around some. Now I can do that. I can nap almost immediately. That's just amazingly new. I was always busy. Don't be that way. Try to be a balance of action and inaction in every day. Then you're in better balance in your whole self. Not easy for women. We work too hard. We're hyperactive. Do
Mary,
you
is there
reckon?
any secret? Is there any secret to 93? Still smiling, still enjoying life to its fullest? Is there a secret?
No secret. You know, just open-heartedly meeting every day, and that's the good and the bad. There's not an easy day really ever. It's a balance because I'm always trying to open a new threshold, go deeper. I don't ever get finished with that. And I have evidence that it works because I had a dream a few weeks ago that I had a baby in my underpants. And I had to take my underpants off, and there was this baby. There was a little baby girl, and she opened up to a really long baby. And I thought, I had to find a box to put her in. And then I thought, do I have to feed her? And I thought, well, that's at just short of 93. I'm still coming in new. That's a new part of me. And it's probably in the body because the body is the bottommost farthest reach of the unconscious for an intuitive person. So I'm still coming into my body. And that's honestly true. It's a joy to not be through. And one day I'll be the best I am, and that's the day I'll go, I hope. I think so. I don't think I'm gonna be an invalid. I hope not. It doesn't seem to be in the I have two sisters who are going that way. One's 100, still living. Yeah, and not working full out. I work full out. I work 7 days a week, and I see at least two people. A lot is very deep stuff with the psyche, and otherwise it's workshops or Zooms. They're queuing people, and I just think COVID was very good for us in Pilates. I don't know how you all have experienced it, but uh, it didn't stop. It almost gave more people more time to think of themselves and want to work deeper, is the way I've experienced it. So I've been lucky.
Well,
Hi,
Uh,
Mary. It's Nancy in Minneapolis.
Hi, how nice to see
Hi.
you.
Oh,
You know,
so great to see you. Happy,
yeah,
happy birthday, my love.
yeah, yeah.
How are you planning to celebrate?
Open the presents my husband has given me and take the dogs on a walk to the park, and
Oh,
a regular day, which we're quite happy with that. You
oh,
know,
I love it.
yeah,
It's so great
yeah.
to see you. You look wonderful.
We haven't done the session of showing you how to be on the egg ball and the straps, hang all those positions yet. We
Let's
still,
do it.
yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah,
Let's do it. I
yeah.
love it.
You look
Thank you
good.
for
You good.
remembering that.
Yeah, yeah. You look
Happy
good, Nancy.
birthday. I know everybody else wants to say good
Oh,
wishes as well.
well, that's what we're here, just being together. Is so
That's right.
special, really
That's
special.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Thank
do
you,
have
hon.
one request to all of you. We're going to sing happy birthday towards the end. At least we're going to try. Let's see how good the sound is going to be. But we're definitely going to sing happy birthday, Mary, all of us. We'll
We don't
play,
know
I mean,
how.
we have a lot of people.
There may be hundreds that we don't get to see because they're going all over the world here.
We are. We really are.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's tomorrow in Australia. We don't
so
know.
what time were you born, you said?
6:30 p.m. My mother did a good job for my dad. He wanted one more baby, and it was 7 years later after the first two, and she just knew how to do it. She walked all day in the department stores in New York to induce labor, and called the doctor about 6 o'clock and said, "I'm ready." He said, "I'll be right down." And she'd agreed to have me in the Salvation Army Hospital to help them with their business. So she went down, and I was born in 10 minutes. And I don't think I've ever caught my breath, ever. I think I was just shot out. She did it well, but I don't know. I think that gave me some issues, like, whoa. Interesting, but that was 6:30 in the evening. So I'm not 93 till it's 6:30. This is still early.
So it's a pre-birthday. It's a pre-birthday celebration.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
for all of you out there, so you hear a little bit the story that links me and Mary. I came to Mary as a Pilates teacher because I had so many whys in my head that I didn't get any answers for. And I self-doubted myself extremely. I have a long history as well as in my childhood and in my young adolescenthood. But meeting Mary for me really had me understand that it was way more than teaching the body in front of me, being a Pilates teacher. It was really about meeting the other person, the client, where they were. But beyond all of that, it was about meeting me first, because I really didn't know who I was deep inside and what was in me. And Mary really helped me with that. And I feel it's extremely important for the community that we do have such a pillar in the industry helping us have some answers to maybe whys we would not express so easily, questions we would feel maybe a little more conscious about asking. All I can say to you is that Mary is the person that you can always come to and tell her anything.
I am about the individual. I'm not about the group. And we're in a group today, so we can't all get something personal for ourselves. But um, it's all about you. Put yourself first. You, the teacher, you can't just teach a way you're taught to teach. You have to teach a way you discover creatively is your own way to teach. And I've been doing it so long that I've found that. But I started, just do this, do that, and whatever the teacher says you did. Well, I can't be a teacher of workshops anymore because I look at the people and I think everybody needs something different and I can see it. And I can't make everybody all do the same thing. But that's now. That's years later. In the beginning, you do whatever you can do and be not too critical about yourself because we generally are. We're a little too hard on ourselves. We got to get over that one. And then you meet your client, and where is she today? Or where is he today? I don't think, unless you're training her to be a teacher, that you can have in mind before she comes in the door what you're going to do today. It's in the moment, and that's the deepest you can go. So, you know, it's never not exciting if you're meeting the moment. It can be pretty dull if you're teaching rote. You all know that. Okay, so I talk too much. Go ahead.
Mary, how many cats do you have now?
Oh, it's so hard. Only one. They
Oh,
they
only
all they
one.
all about 85 or 90 of them buried out in my yard. And the one is 14, and he's the least loving cat I've ever had. He was born in the wild, and he doesn't have any socialization really in his genes, it seems like. But he's very beautiful. but he has to live separately from the two new Westies because they would make life horrible for him. So he lives like a prince and gets everything he wants. And then the Westies just look and wonder, when will we ever? They're sure that that cat's getting better than what they're getting. So there's a little competition, but one cat, unbelievable. I've had 11 cats for many years at once, traveling back and forth in the car every week. Um, they kept me in my feminine. They kept me knowing what rest is, what beauty is, what honesty, what I think they're the best teacher of the feminine that there is. They always put themselves first. Can you do that? Can we do that yet? Put yourself first. The cat always does that. It's always honest. Never fakes anything. Can you do that? I mean, we learn a lot from cats. And they always keep themselves beautiful. You know, you have to be near to death a cat. It's always beautiful. Do you take time for that? I think you all look lovely today, but you know, we've got to learn that this is a piece of art. The self is coming in if you will give it the time it needs. But you have cats. Do you have cats, hon? Do you
Well, I
have
had two
your
that just died this year. They just died,
two?
but I had two.
Yeah, it's hard to go without them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not really gone. And one of my clients taught me that she came in early when she's only 23, very worried. And she said, I'm frightened and please, would you help me? I've had a dream. And she was living in Vermont. She was going to come down to Connecticut. And I said, you can stay in a cabin on my property while you're there. Oh, that was good. And then she said, I've had this dream that if you spend a night in Mary Bowen's cabin, be prepared to meet 11 little girl ghosts. And this was a young, sensitive woman. She was really scared. And she said, please help me with that. And I said, well, I know that the that the cats are the symbol of the female. So I said, let me count how many cats I've buried at my house since I moved in here. So I counted all the way up to 10 of my cats had been buried. And then one day in our woodshed, and I went in, and in a cardboard box, a stray cat had come in and gone in the box to die. And so I found him dead and buried him. Exactly 11 cats. And so I said, well, I, she said, I'm not afraid of cats. She was not afraid to come then, because if they're cat ghosts, she'd feel fine with them. But I said, you taught me something, Annie. I didn't know that the cats, I thought maybe where do they go when they die? Do they get born again? What happens to the cat? And and she taught me that they all stay. They all have stayed with me. When they're loved to the degree I love my cats, there's no place better to be. And so now there are about 85 of them out there. Just like, and one person came to stay at our house lately, just visit, and she was out at that point on the front of the house by a kind of porch where I put about 17 cats are buried in that area. And she said, when I was out that part of your house, she said, I felt like fairies. I could feel fairies. I love that's amazing. She's a sensate that goes very sort of spiritual when she goes deep. And there are my cats even saying hi to her. You say that's wacky, but my favorite question to ask about dying is only to be answered by dying. And it's, when I die, do I just go over at or or do I go over with this swoosh of cats? And somebody says, who's that just came in with all the cats? That's the one I want to know. Do I have to come back and visit them here on Earth, or do they all go when I go? And that's going to be fun to find out. You think that's silly, and it is, but it's me. That's a part of me. Okay, you go on, Eva.
Well, you told me that there was a cat in Joe's studio. I never heard that before.
Yeah,
You know
he
what?
had a cat for
The cat.
years, and he had a cat, and I got a cat, my first cat at 29 when I started with Joe, and started also with the psychoanalysis. And um, he had said, and I didn't know this at the time, that the of all the Almighty's creations, the superior one is the cat. It does everything the best. That's Joe. He really admired the cat. Yeah. He was so much like a warthog, He was built like, just square. And but he knew to love a cat. I think we need them. I think we need them as women to learn to relax more and just you know, take time off. I'm just getting into that. It's wonderful. Took me to 90s. Don't wait so long. To Kathy Corey.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mary. Happy birthday.
Oh, it's good to see you, hon.
I
Yeah.
I
I got
came,
something in the mail at Christmas time with
oh,
the
of course.
biggest chocolate covered strawberries anybody ever saw, coming in a crate with 3 sizes of crates to keep them cold. Uh, we really had fun with those strawberries, Kathy. Thank you.
I think of you so often, Mary, and
Well,
wanted you knew that you were in my heart and in my mind
yeah,
always.
well, we did a lot. We did lovely times together.
And
Yeah.
more, I am sure of it.
Well, I don't know that we need to. I don't know. I don't know that we need. I just don't. I never enjoyed packing, and I never unpacked until I had to go the next time.
That's so.
So I'm enjoying this kind of immediacy, and I
Well,
think maybe 90s I won't travel on airplanes that much anymore.
well, then I'll have to come
Mm.
and see you.
Yeah, yeah, that would be beautiful.
That,
How is it? And I'd just love to know how you are. Mm.
everything is good. I'm going to be back to traveling at the end of this month, so
Yeah. Yeah,
packing.
you do it for me too.
I will. I will bring you
Yeah,
with wherever
yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to say, I wrote down when I came in a little bit late, but I wrote
Mm,
down the first thing I heard you say, and that is the self is a piece of art.
mhm,
What a beautiful thing, Mary. And
mhm.
I think we should all bring that with us
Yeah.
um, as your
Well,
gift this beautiful day.
thank you, hon. Thank you. Love you.
Love you so
Mm,
much.
thank you. This is nice.
Yes.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect to be all warm inside all the time. Nice. Okay. Take care and safe travels.
Thank you, Mary. Thank
Wear a
you.
mask. Wear a mask.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm. Crazy
Uh,
times. Yeah. Mhm.
and you have been well, Mary?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you plan on celebrating today?
Nothing. Just presents from Alec and a walk in the park with the dogs. And um, that's the best. Is just, you know, very
Yep.
personal. Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yes, my
Yeah.
favorite.
And I'm always working on growing more, going deeper. And from being a roaring comedian extrovert, I'm so introverted now. I don't have to talk anymore. And it's odd, but it's beautiful because if I'm that focused and quiet, I keep coming into something new. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we're too busy, we miss that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it is an art. Life is an art. And and
Mhm.
um and it's a mystery. You know, never completely known. You know, I think we've been around as souls so long, so many people. We'll probably all meet when we're on the other side. But this is one giant job, just being this person you are. It's a giant job. Keep it up. Do the best you can. It never stops opening until, timing is right. I trust timing. I trust the spirit. I got over making things happen. For a while, you had to make things happen to even have people learn about Pilates. You had to,
That's
haul them in off the streets, in New England, People used to go the other side of the street if they saw me coming because I was hauling them all into Pilates. It was a lot of work in those 1950s. Yeah.
yes.
1990s.
I, I,
I was 50. It was 1990s when,
right.
and then it's so easy now. It's everybody knows it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
keep the work true and
Yeah.
keeping work in depth is,
Mhm.
such a challenge. Um,
Oh yeah. You can't fake
so,
anything.
no,
And
and
uh,
point
you're
out,
always going, Kathy, into what you don't do well enough yet. That's the way you open. What's still not there yet. And it's forever, it seems. Beautiful.
that's beautiful because it is
Yeah.
forever. Always
Yeah.
another thing to learn about it.
And there's nobody in your life as interesting as you. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. You know,
That's funny and so true for all of us.
yeah.
Yes.
And don't expect you can explain it to your husband. 'Cause the husband will never get it. They
He
don't
will
get
never,
it. No,
you
no.
got that one so
Now we
right.
have a man laughing at me.
Good
Love you. Good to be with you, Kathy.
to be with you too.
Yeah. Mm.
And Eva knows because she's been always curious about the work and always
Yeah.
wanting to go deeper into it.
Yep. She's going her own way. And that's the way.
That's the only
Oh,
way.
that's the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a scary way.
But so, you know, it's scary, exciting, and
Scary.
uh,
Yeah.
and then
And I think,
and there's plenty of depression and stuff. You gotta go right in and own all your shit, and
yep.
and that's the new person is really dark and light, and shit is fertilizer. You go into the worst places and you grow. You don't grow from trying to be good all the time. You got to go after things that in my family, my father said, dear, he didn't know what I was going and working with dreams so deeply. And he, and I tried to interest him. And he said, dear, I, I don't want to know that part of me. It scares me. That's the old way. You stayed away from what was scary. Now you dive right in. That's
uh,
for you, Eva. Dive right in. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So necessary.
Yeah, okay. See, I could spend an hour and a half with each one of you out there. I mostly love everybody's individual self. So it's kind of hard to comprehend all these people at once. We just like a bird flying, fly to another person, but
Well,
love to
how
you.
can people contact you?
Well, they just email me or phone me. I'll give you at the end, will give me the email address, but they probably could find it. But I mean, I get people from outer space all the time. I don't know where they found me. Just they wait for the problem to be so bad that then they find me, and then that's the right time for a lot of people. You know, or they get so tired of helping everybody else that they want some way to feel they're doing more to help themselves. And they should be more helping themselves. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself.
Well,
For
it's
men or women, men, the best of men are doing the inner work too. They have a huge feminine side that is really moving to become developed. But Mostly they're afraid to share feelings. We share feelings more easily. We're lucky as women. We're not afraid. We're not afraid to be vulnerable. In in the male culture, you're not supposed to be vulnerable. You're supposed to be strong. And I think it's a pity. And I encourage them all to be vulnerable. We're
Big,
all thinking of the men in our lives right now.
big silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I actually came to you because I was trying to understand my husband at one point as well. That was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, you gotten along farther with that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, Mary, we said we will keep it around 45 minutes. We are down around 40.
Woo!
Ooh, it
Well,
goes quick.
yeah,
It goes
you know,
quick. Everybody,
yeah. Would everybody who's on this birthday call, could they let you know, or let me give you right now my email address, because I love to hear, I was there, and a little bit about every one of you, if you just could take the time. So write an email to Mary at Pilates marybowen.com. It's all small letters. And that would really, well, I don't know what to expect. Would they do that? That would be such a delight. And because I think it's all over the world, this call. I think a lot of people that you don't have any idea are on this call. And it's not fair that you're not known. I want to know you. I want to know each person. And I can't. So I can just say, please, let me know who you are, where you are, what you're doing, anything, your whole story. I love stories of people, you know. And so, but who's going to decide whether we sing now or whether who needs to speak? See, ask somebody. Is there somebody who needs to speak? Let them speak. Anybody? Is there anybody who I want to say something? Too shy or just disinterested or uh, too big to mention, too private to say. Uh, uh, I don't think enough of myself to take the time now for me. Yes, you do. You do. You should. So we should say 1, 2, 3. Everybody say me.
So
One,
let us unmute first. Everybody unmutes first.
and you can everybody at one time say me. Oh, so are they unmuting?
Everybody is almost unmuted. Now we are. We can go.
1, 2, 3. Me. Oh, that's not very exciting. That's got to be more passionate than that. 1, 2, 3. Me. Hey, that's better. That's better.
Mary, we love you so much.
So shall we sing or not? Shall we try?
Yes.
And everybody, I wonder whether you can hear them. I'm going to close my eyes so I can hear the sound better.
Everybody's ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
happy
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday to you.
happy
Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! And many, many more.
Thank you, love.
Millions more.
Oh, be well. Stay
You
safe.
Be well.
Hey,
Stay well.
Stay well.
Thank you.
Happy
bye, Mary.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
Birthday. I wish
birthday.
I'm lonely.
Happy
I'm
birthday,
lonely.
Mary.
I'm lonely for every one of you now.
Oh,
Speak
we
to
love you
every
very
one of
much,
you.
and we hold
Thank
you in
you.
our
Love you
hearts.
back.
We hold you in our hearts, so you're not
Hey,
alone.
thank you. I feel it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.